Hello, today we're going to be taking a look at some silly things that Americans have said, and to be frank, we have a lot to choose from. 11-year-old arrested at school after refusing to stand for the pledge. The Florida 6th grader's teacher reportedly told him he could go to another place to live. That's so weird that Americans I guess you have to stand up like that and go like, I pledge allegiance to the flag or whatever. That's mad. I don't know how old a 6th grader is, probably like 11, to go live some other place. He probably said the pledge, he probably just didn't stand. And I don't blame it. You must be, if you're doing that every single school day, you must be sick to death of it. Yeah, this is America. Gotta speak English at least a little bit. This is Germany. I'm not from America, which is why I'm talking German in all of my videos. I think it was in the last video I did about like this sort of thing. There was someone that was like, yeah, on the internet is American. You got to speak English on here. I mean, it's not. Works in Europe. Are we taking the summer off because I need a little suntan? Works in America. Are we using one of my free paid vacation days to undergo open heart surgery? And someone replied with, but even so, all Europeans want to live the American dream. No, we don't. No, we don't. That's like one of the most delusional, like the American dream. What is that? I'm looking at what the American dream is, and it just like sort of like the spirit of entrepreneurship or whatever. You can do that basically anywhere, if so. Right, the American dream. The ideal by which equality of opportunity is available to any American, allowing the highest aspirations and goals to be achieved. Right, yeah, but that can still be done in Europe. People who leave their phones set to military time are fucking war criminals. How do you look at 1605 and go, wow, I can understand that. Fucking bootlickers, what's next? You're going to join the army, recruit me. No, I can just count above 12. I don't get it when people don't have their phone set to military time. Like, it's just so jarring. Like, when I look at someone's phone and it says like 4 o'clock, but it's the afternoon. What, are you a child? You can't read military time. What's wrong with you? What the fuck is it? Miss Elementary American Kindergarten. America, that's like one of the weirdest things about America. It's like child beauty pageants. Like, what is wrong with you? If you enter your child in that, you should be subject to the guillotine. You're a terrible parent. Are European airlines safe? I've mostly flown in America, but I'm in Europe for a few weeks and I need to fly around, except I don't know whether the safety standards in Europe, UK, France, Germany are as tight as the US. Yeah, no, like honestly, like you got about a 1 in 5 chance of dying if you get on a British Air. Actually, to be fair, you do if you go on Ryanair. Right, so there's this cool little map that shows what countries use Celsius and the only country that uses Fahrenheit. The metric system got started in the French Revolution. It's an overly rationalized system that is not geared to human scales. I use it for science and engineering applications, but it feels like a techno dystopia to say it's 34 Celsius today. No? How else is no? Just no. I don't think you know what a techno dystopia is. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I'd set the cuisine of these 3 states up against anywhere in the world. Yeah, it looks like the type of person that would say something like that. Like, what even is the cuisine of these places? Just like deep fried chicken. Italian people in Italy have mostly lost the cultural. Have lost the cultural. That's not a sentence that makes sense. Italians in the USA are the real Italians. All right. Why do Olympic runners race in the 1,500 meters instead of the mile? Because I don't know, it probably just doesn't have the same ring to it. So I'm pretty sure it's not bang on 1,500 meters a mile. How many meters is a mile? We're getting educational on the George M channel. All right, it's 1,609.34. I love how it's that specific. Do you guys consider 23 minutes a walking distance? 23 minutes is a hike. Bring a water bottle and wear good walking shoes. 15 minutes is the furthest I'd be able to do in professional shoes before getting a blister. Have you walked before? 23 minutes is, you only fucking hiking boots for a 23-minute walk. Anything up to 30 minutes is walking distance, I personally think. 30? Jesus is Lord. Anything over 10 minutes is pushing it. 10 minutes? What, you get in your car to go 10 minutes? You get in your car to go the same distance as a 10-minute walk? People who actually believe this stuff needs to be placed in a care facility. All progressive ideas were literally created in America. Alright, whatever you say. I'm German, born in the USA. And when I go to Germany, I get surprised that the people don't see me as equal, as I'm still connected to that country through the generations of my family. I mean, it's probably because you're not speaking German. The metric system is way more accurate and easy to understand. I'll take the American version, thank you. Some people get offended when their way of measurement there, completely the wrong there. Way of measurements is not included. I don't think anyone gets offended. I don't think you know what offense means. I don't accept the metric system, just like I don't accept LGBT nonsense. Nobody can make me. Well said. Born in the USA. Ahead of its time, here is a photo of Marilyn jogging 30 30 years before everyone started jogging in the USA, then in the world. Yeah, before, like, I don't know, like 1990 in America, everyone was just either walking or sprinting. Jogging was like this mythical thing that no one ever did out of fear of shame. But once it took off in America, then the rest of the world saw it as okay. What do you mean it started taking off in the USA, then in the world? It's month, day, year, because that's how you say it verbally, blah, blah, blah. No, it is not. That makes absolutely no fucking sense. Why would you say, like, I think I mentioned this on the channel before, but why would you mention month, day, year? Why would you not mention the shortest amount of time followed by the second shortest amount of time followed by the longest amount of time? That makes perfect sense. That doesn't. The other day I read an American job offer saying you've got 6 paid vacation days. I was like, how, what? They must be joking. Then I found out they're not. How is that possible? That is mental. Like, what are you supposed to do with 6 paid vacation days? Why are people obsessed with taking money for not doing anything and demanding it via government? It grosses me out. Don't people need a break? All the Europeans commenting as if their garbage countries don't get conquered every 30 years. Lol. Guess what? That wouldn't happen if your population was armed. I mean, first of all, that's just not true. Like, what do you mean our countries get conquered every 30 years? Also, I think a lot of bad things would happen if our populations were armed, as you can see by America. Also, the United Kingdom is 4 countries, but the United States, that's just 1 country. The UK is a union of the 4 countries, but we act as one in political stuff and that. In sport tournaments, we are our own countries. The United States is a union of 50 countries that act as 50 countries, except when interacting with countries not part of the no. Who even cares? USA is still the best country on earth. Yeah, of course. Lol, you sad Europeans will never know what it's like to own land or a full-size truck, or grow your own food, or have recreational vehicles. I feel bad for you guys. Why the fuck? You can do all those things if you want. I don't know what makes you think, like, we can't do that stuff over here in Europe. That's why American food tastes better. We use flavors and seasoning. Oh, you use flavors, do you? Yeah, alright. No other country in the world uses, what are flavors? I don't think any other country uses them. Or seasoning. Alright, so this was posted in r/Ireland. Visiting your beautiful country this weekend. Want to bring joy to a random Irish citizen. I was going to pick up a small item or two in the US before heading out and leave. No name for an Irish citizen. What would be something not expensive that I could put in my luggage and leave for a stranger that would delight them? Snickers bar? Candy? What? They're not children. What, you think when they get a Snickers bar, they're going to be over the... Oh, they have Snickers bars in Ireland. American English is actually older than British English, lol. How could you possibly come to that conclusion? You did not just say that with confidence. Look it up, Goofy. It's in English. It's in the name. We think English was invented in America. Oh god, this is just pure delusion. The US has advanced the world more in the last 100 years than all other nations in the last 200,000 years combined. Right? Okay, let's see this justification for this wild claim. There's less people starving and less violence. I don't know about that. The only people still suffering are those who refuse to adopt the methods the US has perfected, and those who actively try to harm the US. But sure, keep on choking down that propaganda and blame every bad thing on the US. Alright, well, I mean, I accept not every bad thing is, like, the US's fault. Like, honestly, I don't mind the US. It's a fun country to visit. A very fun country to visit. I love Disney World. What a place. But to claim that the US has advanced humanity more in the last 100 years than basically the entire rest of human history is, like, just so stupid. Irish American here, so just American. We still obsessively hate watching the fucking awful British colonizers who were the worst for every country they ever touched. Yes, as a grown-ass adult, I now see how bad my own America is. It's shameful to say the above a bit as if we aren't bad, but bloody hell, hating the British has been my lived experience for the past 40 years? Man, what are you on about? You're pure plastic paddy. Hating the British has nothing to do with your romantic Braveheart-esque ideas of what being Irish or even, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, are large even means. LMAO, you're the actual reason Irish people hate Americans calling themselves Irish. Scan and leave a tip. Why would you want to tip the elevator? Everyone loves to call America dumb, yet you watch our movies, listen to our music, use our apps, play in our leagues. I'm not sure what that means. Beg us for aid and are jealous of our freedom. Yeah, I'm jealous of the American freedom of, you know, the freedom to pay 200 grand for a heart transplant. That sounds absolutely wonderful. I'd love that freedom. In Japan, average dwelling is 1,310 square feet. That's not a small place. My flat is way smaller than that. The house I grew up in is way smaller than that. In Alabama, it's 2,146, 63% large, but you also have to live in Alabama. Like, that is a massive trade-off. Japan has 49 cars per 100 residents. Alabama has 110. Right? I'm not sure why that is, like, a good thing. Like, Japan has, like, excellent public transport, so most people just don't need a car unless they live in, like, rural areas. Japan is poor. I mean, I just got back from Japan, and I definitely didn't get the inclination that it's poor. And I'm not even going to count how much Alabamans eat. Yeah, all right. So we all know how much they eat. We can see it. The American system is superior. Sorry if my patriotism offends you. All right, what is this? European motherfuckers, when living in one of the poorest countries, getting paid like $1 a day, right, and making their country at the brink of revolution, but at least they have a culture unlike USA. I'm pretty sure the minimum wage in most Western European countries is higher than the US. I just checked your profile. You're English, huh? Using the wrong "your." Man, that's embarrassing. Do you know what's embarrassing? Using the wrong "your." You do realise that you're under our protection, right? What, are you protecting them Are you protecting England personally? Do you involve yourself in that? Also, no, England is not under America. Well, it sort of is. But it's not as if they've placed like a force field around England or something. Like, America is also under the UK's protection. You do realise that, right? That your guys' military is so heavily dependent on us that we just gave you a warning. If you don't start modernising your military within the next 5 years, we can no longer see you as equals. No one fucking cares. Why would you comment? Who fucking cares about this shit? Europeans don't own refrigerators. They leave their meats, milk, and eggs to sit out. Where could you possibly get that information from? How the fuck do you Europeans survive without AC? This feels barbaric. I gotta agree with you on that. Yeah, it's fucking horrible. All right, like and subscribe. Love you, Americans and America. No hard feelings, yeah? Mwah.